What is up, Squared Nation? Welcome back to No Counters, No Combos, and today we're going to be going over probably one of the greatest products that has ever been released to us in the Dragon Ball Super card game community. If you guys have been anywhere near the community discussion group on Facebook, you probably already know what I'm talking about, but I kind of wanted to put my 2 cents in on this because I want to reiterate how important this is for the game. Now, we're getting these 2 themed gift sets, I guess you could call them, History of Vegeta and History of Son Goku. And in these 2 sets, there are reprints to some popular cards, that have featured these characters on them. And I gotta say, I think Bandai really hit it out of the park with this one, especially the History of Vegeta set, which is the first one we're going to look at. So there are some really good cards. I'm going to try and pop as much of them on the screen as I can. There are a lot of really good cards that are going to be reprinted, but the 2 major highlights for me are reprints, and these are alternate art reprints. Reprints for Dormant Potential Unleashed and Vegeta's Final Flash. Now, before anybody goes off the rails, oh, these cards have already been reprinted. Stop being broke. Go spend money. Just leave. I don't need that nonsense here. This is huge for the simple fact that these cards have been green and yellow staples, respectively, since they've come out, and they're now going to be available to the masses. Dragon Ball Super has always been notorious for printing really good cards, quote-unquote staples, if you will, that are needed for most, if not all, decks. And they might not be very expensive compared to other games, but they're a little difficult to get. Now, yes, Dormant Potential has been reprinted, I want to say 2 or 3 times. I mean, the original printing was Rise of the Unison Warrior, which was set 10. It did get an event pack reprint. It also did get a special winter stamp reprint. And it did get the 2nd edition printing for Rise of the Unison Warrior that we just recently got a few months ago. So it has been reprinted a couple of times, but as of the other day, it was still like a $25, $30 card. And that might not be, the right amount that somebody wants to spend on a card that they need four of. You're talking about, 120, you're talking about $100 to $120 just for 4 cards. And for those players who, like myself, like to play on a budget, it might not be something that is feasible. So my thing has always been, I feel like Dragon Ball Super hasn't always reprinted cards that are meta defining. Yes, they reprint stuff in alternate arts, and they've reprinted super combos in those collections and stuff like that. Listen, that's all fine and dandy. I love seeing all that. I love seeing cards reprinted. Mythic Booster, I think, was a really good idea, even though I know a lot of local gaming stores did suffer because that product's just sitting on the shelves now. But for accessibility for the player base, which is what's going to end up making or breaking this game in the long run, I think it's great to have accessible reprints for very powerful cards. You can make the argument that Dragon Ball Super is not the most friendly game when it comes to new players. There's a lot of different mechanics that you have to learn. There's a lot of different interactions. There's a lot of, card pool knowledge, matchup knowledge. There's a lot of stuff that goes into the game of Dragon Ball Super that might turn some people off. And one of those things, in my opinion, is the availability of certain cards that they might need just for the deck to function. Now, granted, you can try and squeeze in budget options. Believe me, I've tried. But sometimes a specific card is just better. There's just no reason to play a replacement because the card is just better. So I really want to give Bandai some kudos here on announcing this product and making these reprints available. You're talking about a product that's MSRP is $30, and you're guaranteed at least 1 copy of both of these cards, Dormant Potential Unleashed and Vegeta's Final Flash. So you're talking about, yes, if you want a playset of all of them, you're still going to be spending $120. But you're not spending $120 on just 4 cards. you're spending $120 on a playset of every card that's available in this box, which I think is huge, because I think if you were to ask anybody who plays Dragon Ball Super, if they had the ability to grab a playset of Dormant Potential Unleashed and Vegeta's Final Flash, just those two cards, a playset, for $120, I think like 90% of the player base would jump at that. So this product is giving you that and more. So I just wanted to reiterate that. For those of you, who watch our videos here at No Counters, No Combos that are more budget players, this is definitely a product that's something I would recommend getting. I'm definitely going to get, I want to get at least 4 of these myself. And it has some other great reprints. You have your Vegeta 1-drop super combos. You have your Prideful Transformations. You have your Vegeta Unison of Fury. You have your SS4 Vegeta Leader. You have your Ready to Rumble, which is a 4-drop counter. You have your 1-drop attack and take a life for double strike. So there's a lot of good reprints, just good cards that are usable, that are playable. But the icing on the cake for me has got to be Dormant Potential Unleashed and Final Flash. You're also getting a sick reprint for Protector of the People with an alternate art of Trunks and Vegeta on it. Like, the art looks really, really friggin' sick. So I don't know, man. I'm just really excited that they announced this. And if we want to look at the I mean, we have to talk about Goku, right? Because if we don't talk about Goku, I'm probably gonna lose a couple of people here. But the history of Goku set is interesting. I don't think there's as much bombs reprinted in this set. I like the Son Goku Unwavering Conviction reprint. That's pretty dope. I think that's a pretty good card. It's an arrival for red, green for green. I think that's pretty good. Obviously, UI Kamehameha is a really good reprint. I like the art on the reprint for Son Goku Forever in Our Memories. That was my favorite Unison coming out of set 11. I think it was set 11 that card came out in. Yeah. Set 11. So that was my favorite card coming out of set 11. So I am excited to see that reprint. But everything else is kind of just meh, in my opinion. I don't know if I'm being biased because I'm not the biggest Goku fan. But the Ultra Instinct Kamehameha, the 1-drop red Goku, the Legend Personified, that's a good reprint. Korin's Tower is a sneaky good reprint. I really like that card. I don't think it needed a reprint, but I think it's a nice one. I like the alternate art with little Goku and Yajirobe on there. Difference of Status is a pretty good reprint. And then you have your SS4 Unison, Protector of the Earth, and you have your Desperate Measures reprint with Goku just eating that special beam cannon from Piccolo during the Saiyan saga when Raditz was the big bad. All in all, I think if I were to prioritize these, I guess it all depends on what you're gonna want to play. Like, if you're a green player, you're obviously gonna go for the Vegeta because the dormants in there are just huge. You're also getting a green super combo out of there. You're also getting a 4-drop Majin Vegeta out of there. So there's a lot of green cards. If you're playing blue, obviously you might want to go for the Goku just for the UIs alone. Like, the UI Kamehameha is huge. Like, that card is so good. You're getting an SS4 Vegeta Leader reprint as well, so, in the Vegeta pack. So, obviously, pick and choose which ones you want to get. I think they're both really, really solid products. Just in my opinion, the Vegeta is just edging out the Goku product just because of the availability of Final Flash and Dormant. But if you're looking to go all in, $240 for a playset of all these cards, in my opinion, is not bad. And, like, most of these cards are playable. Like, I want to say like 80% of the Vegeta ones are playable, and I want to say like 60% of the Goku ones are playable. And you never know, man. They might skyrocket in value at some point if it's a limited product and you can't get your hands on it. Or it might do the opposite and completely tank and tank the market that we currently have right now. So if you're skeptical about buying the product in full and you just want to get dormants or final flashes or stuff like that, then you might have to wait until the product is actually out and people start cracking it to see if the reprints are going to affect the actual value of the current printing of the cards. I'm honestly just really excited at the end of the day that Bandai would have the thought process to release this kind of product to the community. So again, shout out to them. I can't wait to see what you guys think. Can't wait to see your reactions. I can't wait to open this up for discussion. There's so many things I want to talk about and see where everybody's head's at. With that being said, we're going to get on out of here. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and please hit the notification bell so you can stay up to date with everything No Counters, No Combos. We really do appreciate the support, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Be there or be squared.